Okay, this video is kind of a part 2 of our solving multiplication and division equations. This one deals with fractions and decimals. So first we started with a little review on fractions. Remember, to multiply fractions, we multiply across the top. So 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 4 is 8. So we would have 5 eighths. And we just need to check to see if we can simplify that, but we can't. So that would be our answer. Then on this one, 1 times 5 is 5, 4 times 3 is 12. And again, we can't simplify, so that would be our answer. Now when we divide, we're going to do that trick we call a keep, change, flip, where we keep the first fraction as it is, so it would be 3 over 2, and then we change division to multiplication, and then we flip the second fraction. So instead of 4 ninths, we do 9 fourths. And this is what we call the multiplicative inverse. So we change division to multiplication by multiplying by the inverse or the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse. So all that to say, keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. So it would be 3 over 2 times 9 over 4, which gives us 27 over 8. And then to simplify, we really can't simplify it, but we could change it into a mixed number. But we don't really need to worry about that today because we have a lot of other things to pay attention to. All right, so 4 over 3 divided by 11 over 12. It would be keep 4/3, and then division, change to multiplication, and then flip, so it would be 12 over 11, which would be 48 over 33, which actually you could simplify. I realized that later. I think you could divide both by 3. All right, but you get the idea, right? Keep, change, flip, and then we're going to move on to the next page. So on page 129, we see these two students who both solved the same initial equation, but they got two different answers. All right, and in this case, it looks like they used division. Okay, so they asked what's happening to the variable. They saw that you're multiplying, so they used division. They divided both sides by 2/5, which is what x is being multiplied by. So divide by 2/5. Then on this side, this student multiplied, which is interesting, multiplied by 5 over 2. Now think about that. 2 over 5 and 5 over 2, those are multiplicative inverses, or reciprocals, or flips. Okay, see how 2 is on top, then 5, and then over here 5 is on top, then 2. So what this is showing us is if we multiply by the reciprocal, the multiplicative inverse, we were going to get the same answer. All right? So in this case, we could, instead of dividing by 3 over 2, we can multiply by the reciprocal, 2/3. So if I multiply by 2/3 here and 2/3 here, I need to multiply 5 times 2, which is 10, and then 2 times 3, which is 6. So 10 over 6 divided by 2, to simplify, would be 5/3. So each would equal 5/3. And again, we could check this by multiplying 3 over 2 times 5 over 3. Okay? And then on D, we have decimals, all right? S is being multiplied by 3.14. We need to divide by 3.14. So we divide both sides by 3.14. And then 81.2004 divided by 3.14 is 25.84. All right? So it's basically the same idea as what we did yesterday with these decimals. We just do the inverse operation to both sides, and then we get our answer. Here, a trick that we can use instead of dividing by the fraction is we use a multiplicative inverse. All right? So your assignment today is page 133 to A through F. And again, I would encourage you to work on this to the side, all right, or down below, because there's really not enough room in here to squeeze everything in. And again, remember, ask what's happening to the variable. So y is being multiplied by 0.5. We need to do the inverse of that, which is division. So we would divide by 0.5 on this side and divide this side by 0.5. Here, r is being multiplied by 4. We need to divide by 4. Here, h is being multiplied by 2 over 9. So we could divide by 2/9. But I would encourage you to multiply by the reciprocal, 9 over 2. So 8 times 9 over 2, and you get whatever your answer is. Same thing here. Multiply by the reciprocal, 3/8. Multiply by 3/8, and then see what your answer is. All right. Thanks for watching.